Welcome in, everybody, to TB Sports 27. Thanks for joining us here, and we are excited to be kicking off the RXFL postseason. We are kicking off the first game. It is Wild Card Weekend, and oh, you know what? I'm actually doing it backwards. Well, you know what? We'll do it backwards. I'll tell you what I'm talking about in just a minute. I'm going from the top to the bottom. Madden actually listed. Madden's the one that actually listed everything backwards. We should be starting things off with the Lancers and the Huskies, but that is I didn't realize that was how it was until I looked at it just now. So we're actually doing the LA Kiss in the Redwoods, and the reason we're not changing on the fly is I've already named the stream that. I've already got the stats and everything pulled up for this as well. So we're going with that game. But you can see they listed Sunday at 1 o'clock first, when it should be Saturday at 4:30 should be the first game. So we should be kicking it off with the Huskies and the Lancers, but I was going in order, and that is how the Madden gods dealt us. So we'll just pretend this is the order. I'll fix it for next week. But I didn't even look at the time. So Madden's the one that put it out of order here for us. For whatever the heck reason. So they wanted the big main event game to be the Desperados and the Wolverines, but instead it's going to be the Golden Eagles and the Mutiny, which I think will still be pretty good nonetheless. So, in the American Conference is what we're starting off here. It's the third time on this channel we're bringing you a Redwoods and LA Kiss game here. And we'll take a look at the standings. This is in the American Conference. It is the number 6 seed taking on the number 4 seed. So you can see where they are right there. The Redwoods, who got in on a controversial committee's choice over Dublin and New York. I think more so Dublin, because if you look at it, Dublin had more points for. They're coming in, the Shamrocks coming in on a 4-game winning streak, but somehow the Redwoods at -6 get in. And if you look at the conference victories, home wins, they all go in favor of Dublin over the Redwoods. I mean, everything in favor of division, American Conference wins goes in favor of Dublin. So, but the committee went with the Redwoods. So it is going to be in this one, the number 4 seed taking on the number 6 seed, and it is in Los Angeles. So, of course, this is the LA Kiss, and you got Gene Simmons, who's in attendance. You got Paul Stanley, the owners of the LA Kiss. This is going to be a good one, and this is the third time that we have seen these two teams play, as we said, and this is going to be an interesting battle to see if the Redwoods can overcome a 6-game losing streak. The Redwoods coming into this game having lost 6 in a row. They were 8-2 at one point. So they're coming in now at 8-8 on a 6-game losing streak. Terry Bradshaw and the Los Angeles Kiss at 12-4 on the other side. But it could be a deceiving 8-8 as well. So let's not waste any more time and jump into it. Los Angeles Kiss and the Sacramento Redwoods kicking off the RXFL postseason. And in a minute, I'm gonna sit out with you guys. I'm gonna let you guys just take in the sights and sounds of the intro here. So I'm gonna take a little pause for the cause and let you just take in the sights and the sounds of the RXFL postseason. Here you go. All right, there it is. There's your sights. There's your sounds in Los Angeles. A Super Bowl came here a couple years ago. The silver and black is here. This is the American Conference, and this is the Los Angeles Kiss, a very successful 12-4 record Paul Stanley, Gene Simmons put together here. And you see in the wild card, you're going to have on tomorrow, which tomorrow for this RXFL schedule, not our tomorrow, but it is the Huskies and the Lancers. So this is it. We are finally here, the RXFL postseason, and it is kicking off here. Oh, and there's Luna, the official mascot of TV Sports 27. It is kicking off with the Redwoods on a 6-game losing streak, still getting the committee's bid, and the 12-4 LA Kiss. So is it an evenly matched battle? Is it David versus Goliath? I don't know. You guys will have to decide that one for yourselves. But Terry Bradshaw, your starting quarterback here of the Los Angeles Kiss, coming in with very, very good stats, very good numbers. And we'll see what LA's got drawn up here on the very, very first play of this game. Lined up in the shotgun, and it is a handoff to Jim Brown, and Brown nearly gets the first down on that run. Second down and 1 for Los Angeles. You imagine Jim Brown's going to get it again. Leroy Selman waiting. There's the block, trying to set the edge, and Brown, did he get the first down? Not sure, but we are going to look at the rosters now for the Los Angeles Kiss. Of course, John Gruden, head coach. Paul Stanley, Gene Simmons, the owners. They tried their luck 3 years in the Arena League, and they were offered an opportunity to bring the LA Kiss here. They purchased the Huntington Beach Killer Whales, who had won 2 championships previous to this, but the Huntington Beach Tourism Committee that previously owned the team, they wanted to focus on tourism and got rid of their championship team. So Paul Stanley, Gene Simmons purchases, and they said, hey, we want to give the LA Kiss another run. Can we join the RXFL? Here they are. And they got a number 4 seeded team with a very good, I mean, considered even a low seed at 12-4. So what the heck was that? That's an offense alignment play. We'll look at the defense of the Sacramento Redwoods, who has struggled as of late. Like we said, I mean, it is the classic tale of this team, 8-2, the number 2 seed at one point, and the number 2 team in the entire league at one point. Not just the number 2 team, but the entire league. They were the second best team with their record of 8-2. They lost on Thanksgiving to Salt Lake City, and ever since then, it has been a complete tailspin, and they have lost 6 consecutive games to fall to 8-8, and the committee still put them in the playoffs over a statistically better team in Dublin and a team that was coming in on a 4-game winning streak, the New York Shamrocks. Right now, LA just running the ball with Jim Brown having no trouble. I encourage you guys in the archives on YouTube to check out the replays. They actually held them on 4th and inches here, but the LA Kiss, they're going to go for this here. I encourage you guys to check out the archives because we previously streamed both LA and Sacramento games during the season, and they were very, very good games. So Jim Brown takes it, and I'm not sure if he actually got it. I think they are going to give it to him, and they are. So ball control has been Jim Brown and the LA Kiss here in the first half. Terry Bradshaw dropping back, and he floats that one out there to Hines Ward. Now, if you're a Steelers fan, does it cringe to see Terry Bradshaw and Hines Ward in the silver and black? We've often asked that question here. Sacramento is either finally going to end the losing streak or they will end their season 7 consecutive losses. One of the biggest collapses in the history of pro football. Terry Bradshaw, for the first time in a long time, he was not in the Revolution League, but he came back here, signed by the Los Angeles Kiss. Obviously, you know, he spent time in LA with Fox, so he's been living out here for quite some time doing the NFL coverage. And Terry Bradshaw, one of the quarterbacks coming in with a lot of Pro Football Championship experience. 4 Super Bowls to his name. We often have quarterbacks like Dan Marino and Warren Moon that are coming in, and they're looking, and there you see some of the injuries for the Los Angeles Kiss. You got guys that are coming in that are looking for a first Pro Football Championship. Like we saw Warren Moon do it twice before with Huntington Beach. We saw Barry Sanders do it twice with Huntington Beach. Andre Ware got his first Pro Football Championship. Terry Bradshaw coming in with many Pro Football Championships. You got on the other side too, Joe Montana, who didn't make the postseason. He won 4 Super Bowls, and he won a Revolution Bowl. Then you got Steve Young, who was looking for another championship. It's been a long time for him. He won the 1 Super Bowl. That was it. But this has been an exceptional opening drive, but Terry Bradshaw sacked by Leroy Selman on that one. The LA Kiss have eaten up a lot of time, a lot of clock on this opening drive. But this one was just Leroy Selman powering through, putting an end to it. So 2nd down and goal for Los Angeles. Seeing if they can cash in here on the West Coast. There is Jim Brown cutting back inside. Jim Brown just juked Eddie Meador. And an amazing opening drive. Jim Brown getting the ball most of the time there. And the LA Kiss mean business. Extra point for Los Angeles. Steven Gostowski boots it through. And the Kiss lead 7-0 here. The traditional silver and black, which were similar to the LA Kiss colors in Arena Football. They had some of the flames on there, though. And here we go. Josh Cribbs to return it in this American Conference wild card game. And stepping onto the field, Otto Graham. And he's got one Randy Moss to throw the football to. 4,410 yards, 34 touchdowns on the year. He's been a very consistent quarterback this season, trying to find this winning formula here on this losing streak. Quick pass by Otto Graham, and starting it off with Randy Moss. We've seen in previous games for the Sacramento Redwoods that they had a hard time getting Randy Moss going. First play, they want to establish that, get the ball into his hands. Look at this left side of the field. And Otto Graham reads that one. Randy Moss. Well, you leave that left side wide open, blitz everybody, and it's a response from the Sacramento Redwoods in this Battle of California in the wild card postseason. I'm going to put a little chat in here. There you go. Touchdown, Randy Moss. If you guys chat with us, chat will pop up on the screen. If you follow along with us here on Twitch, you'll get a little follow message across the screen as well. If you're watching this one on YouTube, subscribe, hit the thumbs up. Get all the action here. If you're watching this one on Twitch or on Patreon, then you're going to get this entire stream early and ad-free before it's released on YouTube. So do consider joining us on Twitch and Patreon for those early and ad-free streams. Now, completely ad-free, you're going to want to check us out on Patreon. So we're going to see how gassed this Redwood defense is, because it was a very lengthy drive for the Los Angeles Kiss, while the Sacramento Redwoods, you saw on 2 plays, put the ball in the end zone. So we're seeing a difference of style here, and we have an offsides. Calais Campbell jumped for the Redwoods, which will put Los Angeles at a third or a second and short. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Well, we'll just pretend that didn't happen. I accidentally hit the decline button. That was all on me. I'm probably getting chastised by the in-game commentator right now. I did not mean to hit that. Bradshaw. Not that it mattered anyway. Down the field to Devontae Adams, and a perfect 5 of 5 for the Los Angeles Kiss to begin this postseason wild card game. Even though we're doing it a little out of order. But you know what? That's fine. I think it's good to kick it off on the West Coast here. We'll just pretend this is the Saturday kickoff game. There's your first incompletion of the game. Charlie Sanders gets hit, jarring the ball loose, and Coach Gruden not too happy about that. Jim Brown stuffed there. So 3rd and 10. Here you go. Bradshaw, and it's caught. Wow. Lance Allworth going one-on-one with Desmond King. Are we going to see a classic RXFL shootout here in these games? Terry Bradshaw wide open is Allworth again, and that's where we're talking about. This Redwoods defense has struggled as of late in this 6-game losing streak, just allowing opponents to do stuff. And go watch the last couple of Redwoods. We have streamed a lot of Redwoods games on this channel the last number of weeks, and we've seen this all too many times, this defense struggle. And there's the touchdown, and once again it's Lance Allworth for the score, and the Los Angeles Kiss respond. You see crushed by Wayne Walker. Watch this, Walker. Boom. But a perfect 2 for 2 for Los Angeles. You can see right there, front row, not in the press box. Gostowski's kick is no good. This is actually a little bit of a challenge. Since I've been using the capture card, this is good because I've won a challenge. I'm using a double capture card, so I'm playing the game on my TV and then putting it through the computer. The input is not 100% accurate. There's a little bit of a lag to it, even though I'm playing through the TV. So that makes field goals a little harder, which is good, because, you know, I was trying to make field goals a little bit tougher. So that's all good stuff. I was going to point out, you can see Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley right there in the crowd. Not in the press box. In classic Kiss style. They're in the front row. They're watching, cheering on their team. And Saquon Barkley with the give. Straight up the gut. Let's look at some injury. We looked at the injuries of the LA Kiss. Maybe I should do this because in week 17, we were seeing a number of injuries. So Paul Warfield is your only injury for the Redwoods coming in. Otto Graham. Look at this. It is wide open to Stanley Morgan. And Graham is 3 for 119. So both offenses playing dominant football right here.
On the double. Right there in the middle. 55. Strip that ball. Strip that ball.
Graham to Cooley. Touchdown! And they respond quickly. We got a Big 12 arena football shootout on our hands. The Redwoods, a chance to take their first lead of the game with the extra point here. Yeah, Cooley with both feet. Yeah, he got him right there on that angle. Extra point by Jim Backen. That's picture perfect. Doug Williams, Super Bowl quarterback of his own, a Super Bowl MVP. holding the football there as your backup to Otto Graham. Otto Graham looking for his first pro football. Well, I guess he's won NFL championships, but, you know, Super Bowls, which our championship is the Ultra Bowl, as a reference to our Patreon. A little love for our Patreons one more time. We have the Ultra fans on Patreon, so we're calling our championship game the Ultra Bowl. So sign up if you guys want to request a stream. Sign up as an Ultra fan over at Patreon. All right, Terry Bradshaw, third possession here of the game for the LA Kiss. Look at it, a beautiful day for pro football here. The sun shining, and Hines Ward is open, and he's gonna go trying to stay in bounds. Are we gonna get any defense in this game? No defense. All offense.
Here we go. Set. This is 60 or. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, come on, no, come on.
Jim Brown got some blocks, and it is a Kiss touchdown. Now, do they go ahead and go for the two-point conversion right now? Because they're going to start playing catch-up with points right here if they don't make it, so we're going to go ahead and go for two. And they got it. So it's 21-14. Said if you like offense, this is your game to kick off the RXFL postseason. American Conference Wild Card Round, number 6 versus number 4. Now, if we transition to Madden 24, which we're keeping our fingers crossed and hoping it's going to be a solid game, then the playoffs will be very different than what they are in this game, because it's going to be 7 teams from each side and only 1 first-round bye. So that would have allowed Dublin, had we been playing with Madden 23 rules and then Madden 24 rules, Dublin would have gotten into the postseason as your 7th seed. So all that to be said, we're keeping our fingers crossed. Madden 24 will be a decent Madden that we'll get. And we'll do our best, should we transition over another wide open play, that we'll try to rebuild these rosters. Maybe not 100% accurate. I don't know. Hopefully, you know, you give it some months, someone's going to build a really cool Legends roster like this. If they don't, we might just stick with Madden 20 for the RXFL and then do franchise mode in Madden 24. But if someone builds a really cool Legends roster, we'll do our best to kind of recreate these teams, because I have most of the rosters written down, so that would be ideal. And we'll do a little bit of a new format, because I want to get through the season a little quicker. We brought you a lot of games this year, but we're looking at a different format next season. And Chris Cooley nearly rumbles his way to the end zone.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Boy, we've not seen, I think, other than the sack from Leroy Selman,
Ready? Check, 59.
we have not seen any semblance of defense in this game, have we not? That is one of the most effective defensive plays we've seen so far today.
Come on, set. 15 line. 15 line.
We're closing in our 6th touchdown. And there it is, Chris Cooley. Touchdown, Redwoods. What's happening in this game? (21-21). And if you guys think this game is good, we'll plug it one more time in the archives on YouTube. Go check out the previous LA Sacramento games. We streamed both of them. This is the third time we've seen these two teams play. Let me see. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up right now for you guys.
All day, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
How's our new video performing? We dropped a new video today. Not that well. Okay. So K-Duckman's Broncos stream's not hitting the mark just yet.
Set 50 plant.
The stream set called the LA Kiss are in a bad, bad way is Kiss and Redwoods. And then Jim Brown. There's a good defensive stop. I was sure we streamed them twice. I don't know what the other one is called. Well, they're in the archives. I'm trying to play right now, so go look in the playlist. They're there. I'm pretty sure we streamed both the games, at least one of them. Maybe we didn't do both, but for some reason I'm fairly sure we did do both.
Here we go. 70 Indy. Watch the car. Watch the car.
Anyhow, it's 3rd and 10.
Get it.
And hopes of our first defensive stop go up in flames as Jim Brown gets a first down. First down, Jimmy Brown.
Ready. 10-2 stop. Big series right here. So we got to step it up.
This is like a basketball game, a slam ball game. Jim Brown bouncing to the outside, tries to throw the stiff arm and tackled by Eddie Meador. Maybe the Kiss try to slow the game back down a little bit. Lessen the number of possessions. 15 carries already for Jim Brown in the first half. Gruden's got to watch that. You got a long playoff ahead of you. Bradshaw to throw it on 1st and 10. And Bradshaw has been lights out. Devontae Adams, 11 of 12 for 198 is the great Terry Bradshaw.
Down. 60 Pittsburgh. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Boston, down.
This is unreal. Pressure coming. Bradshaw gets rid of it. Golden Tate. He hits the pylon. They say out of bounds. Are you kidding me?
Let's go.
Let's look at this again. Maybe a challenge. I don't know. Bradshaw was under all kinds of duress. My goodness. This is the angle. How is that not a touchdown? The ball hits the pylon, right? And Madden's probably not going to let us challenge. In classic Madden, they never let us challenge. I've never been able to challenge a play myself in this game. I think that's a touchdown. That's crazy. Controversial. We'll say it's controversial play. Didn't matter. Touchdown LA anyway. The scoring it continues. 7 drives, 7 touchdowns, no turnovers, no punting. (28-21). For those of you watching on YouTube, if this doesn't encourage you to come back for the second half, I don't know what will. This is the RXFL postseason. This is the American Conference round. Number 6 versus number 4. Should I get a little wild card logo and throw it up in the corner? Saquon Barkley, boy, he didn't have that defender on the outside. Terry McDaniel, he's gone. That'll take us to the 2-minute warning. See if there's a cool wild card logo. There's some NFL ones. I don't want the NFL logo on there. There's a studio wild card logo. That's kind of nifty. I like the way that looks, but I don't want to just rip off their thing. Anyhausen. Danhausen. 2nd and inches. Otto Graham pressured. Chris Cooley has had a number of big plays in this game. He said, other than the Leroy Selman sack, these defenses on both sides have been completely ineffective. And we've played a lot of LA Kiss games. I don't remember the Kiss being this rough on defense here. Chris Cooley, another grab. Otto Graham, this is looking like, you guys remember the very first game in RXFL history. It was the Chicago Cougars and the Mexico City Golden Eagles. And we had a quarterback battle just like this, where both quarterbacks couldn't throw an incompletion. There's been one incompletion so far. Saquon Barkley, touchdown. And this one's about to be tied again. There has been one incompletion thrown in this game. And someone's eventually going to lose. And it's going to be really sad because there's going to be one quarterback that played his heart out and came away with a loss. So with a minute to go, we're either going to see our first stop by way of the clock hitting 0, or the Kiss are going to take a lead. The Redwoods, other than their defense, they are playing their hearts out to avoid a 7th consecutive loss. They do not want to be known. They want to make the committee's decision right. They don't want to be known as the team with the worst collapse in pro football history.
Come on now, let's go.
Look at the total yardage. We're going to hit the 1,000 mark. Now the clock continues. I thought he got out of bounds. Got to keep an eye on that. Bradshaw. Are you kidding me? Jim, what is happening in this game? Did this get switched to easy mode or something?
There we go. That's the stuff there. That's it. There you go.
I don't think this got switched to easy mode. Oh god, it got switched to pro instead of all pro. No, that's what it was always on, right? I think all my settings did get reset. No, the injuries are down, and I had interceptions. Let's see. If the interceptions are not turned down, can I adjust the sliders from here? I'm going to look at, maybe I've always been playing on pro. Because I know I do all pro for the Broncos, but I don't know. We'll check. We'll check after. If the sliders have interceptions not set low, because I had the interceptions set to like 15, then I know my settings got reset at some point.
Let's go, baby.
I mean, that's a stat line right there. 10 of 10 for 4 touchdowns? Are you kidding me right now?
Come on, set. 30 base. Eat. On the ball.
30 seconds. Someone's going to run out of time eventually. There's Randy Moss. If we go 35-35 into the half, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be madness, I tells you. You got to think they're looking at Randy Moss a lot here on this final drive. And there's going to probably be some forced throws. Knowing that the clock's going to wind down anyway, so you got to take your chances. And Otto Graham gets sacked. A rare big play from the defense. Luke Kuechly comes in, gets the QB sack on Otto Graham. So there's only one timeout left, so now your chances of, you know, doing things kind of goes way down. They're just going to look for Randy Moss. Why not? And it's intercepted by Dre Bly. So there's your first bit of defense. Now it comes down the stretch here, but there's your first good effort of defense in this ball game between the sack and the interception. So you know there's hope for defense. There can be defense. Now, Madden says don't do anything with it. I think maybe I'm inclined. You're up by 7. You're this far back. I'm inclined to believe him. See what Jim Brown can do with it. Oh, my God, Jim Brown. Kiss take a timeout after that Jim Brown run. Now we're tossing it. Hail Mary this thing. Okay, where's the play where they just all... I'll just do that. I'll do a play action.
Ready. 70.
He gets sacked. He gets sacked. Play action fake. Bradshaw rolling out. Plenty of time. Heaves it down the field. It's tipped. Oh my God, it was caught and then dropped. That was Lance Allworth, and an insane first half comes to an end. You're going to see some crazy stats. Look at those numbers across the screen. Holy smokes. One more look at the wild card. Again, we're doing it backwards, but we should have done the Saturday game first, but Madden had it backwards. Either way, those of you, again, that are watching on Twitch, those of you that are watching on Patreon, stay right where you are because we're going to continue on with the second half. For those of you that are watching on YouTube, we say goodbye to you for right now, and we're going to be back tomorrow. You don't want to miss the second half of this ball game. So if you're watching on YouTube, come back tomorrow, see what happens on this insane game between the LA Kiss and the Sacramento Redwoods. We finally saw some defense. What kind of adjustments are going to be made at halftime? Support the channel while you're here. Follow us on Twitch. You can join us early to see all these videos before they're dropped on YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube and hit the thumbs up to get all the VODs in case you can't be with us live on Twitch. Support the channel over at Patreon. You get a bunch of different things by joining us over on Patreon. Follow us on X or Twitter or whatever it's called. You'll know when we're going live. You can tweet us and ask questions. And if you want to see us get some different games, upgrade our equipment, whatever, drop us a little tipski at ko-fi.com/tvsports27. Thanks for supporting the channel. Those of you on YouTube, we say goodbye for now, and we will see you tomorrow.